Aloha to the Lahui. Welcome back to Connect the Dots with Jenny. Today is the start of the end of the Diddy trial. They started with the closing arguments, the prosecution. The government took all the testimony from the last 6 weeks, wrapped it up in a pretty little bow, and handed it to the jury. They listed every single charge and predicate act. And then they listed every single witness they had, and they listed every single receipt they had and attached it to each predicate act and every charge that they had to prove. And then at the very end, she says, with count 1, we proved it with this, 2, 3, 4, 5. The prosecution, which was Christy Slavic, who did the closing argument today, she brought it. You know, the last week or last couple weeks has been just like this circus, because they had Jane Doe, who's just was a terrible, victim, in my opinion. However, the only good thing about Jane Doe is she corroborated Cassie's testimony, because a lot of the things that happened to her is exactly the same things that happened to Cassie. So you have two different people at two different timelines, right? Because Cassie was from like early 2000s to about 2018. Yeah, 2018. And then you had Jane Doe from 2021 all the way up until Diddy got arrested. And so for that, in that regards, Jane Doe did a great job, because she just made everything that Cassie said stronger. Okay. So in my opinion, the prosecution did a great job in tying the charges that have been brought and the evidence that was provided. Now, tomorrow is when Diddy's defense team is going to go up. Okay. Now, today was the first day that Diddy did not look chipper. Diddy didn't do his nods. Diddy's usually like looking around. He hears something, he writes it on Post-it note, passes it to his lawyer. They're kind of talking back and forth. Today, he was pushed back from the desk, and he was just like a statue. He wasn't smiling. He wasn't making little notes. He wasn't joking with his lawyers. It was a completely different energy inside the courtroom today. Thank God. So tomorrow, Diddy's defense team, hopefully, this is what they're going to do. They're going to spin all of it, and they're going to say that he was in a romantic relationship with these women, and these are all just his personal styles. None of the charges is real. And so for that reason, they just need to acquit everything. We shall see. That's going to start tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And I am going to let you guys know exactly how all of it goes. They're trying to have the jury come to a verdict before 4th of July next week. We shall see. Aloha, aloha.